Hello all, and welcome to Alyx's World, a safe space for wrestling fans like you. I am your host, Alyx, just Alyx, and this is your WWE Monday Night Raw review. Tonight's episode was taped. They taped it last week in St. Louis. I don't remember why, but I know they're on tour. Which tour? I don't know. Someone will tell us in the live chat. And I gotta be honest with you, it felt like a tape show. Does that mean the show sucked? No. I'll even say this, for me personally. Thank you, European Tour. I felt this week's episode, in terms of a 2-hour episode of Monday Night Raw, was better than last week's. See, last week, they returned to the 2-hour format after 12 years of doing 3 hours. And that wasn't done so well. I think everybody feels like that episode of Monday Night Raw was rushed. The pacing was all kinds of off. It wasn't really a great show. And I said during that review, I remember telling y'all, they're going to need some time to readjust to 2 hours. It might take them a couple of weeks. It might take them a month. They're so used to formatting their shows to 3 hours, that's going to take time to readjust. Well, it took them a week. This week was so much more better paced. It didn't feel rushed. They took their time. I'll even argue some segments went a little too long. Now, I would rather, me personally, I would rather it go too long than go too short. Because at least when it's too long, I'll kind of remember it. If it's too short, I'll forget it really quickly. That's just me. So I'll give this week's episode that. The pacing was so much better, and it felt like they learned their lesson from last week. Granted, it's taped, so maybe they had the opportunity to edit it to work better. When it's live, that's a different story. So we'll play that one by ear next week when they go back to being live. That being said, I wasn't all that invested in this week's show. Matter of fact, I didn't think it was all that great either. It was decent. It was better than last week. I think the problem is I'm not that interested in anything they're doing for Crown Jewel. I don't care about Saudi Arabia. I don't care about Crown Jewel. I don't care about anything revolving around these shows. I just don't care about them. I don't. I'm sorry, it feels like filler. Those of you who watch anime or any kind of episodic television, you have your canon episodes that play into the story, and then when they need to take a break or they catch up with the manga, they do what's called a filler arc that has nothing to do with the real story, that doesn't really advance the characters. It's just something to hold you over until we get back to the real story, right? The real source material. That's what it feels like right now with Raw and SmackDown. Now, is it all filler? Absolutely not. We are getting some legitimate build-up for Survivor Series. Like even tonight, you had Jimmy Uso confront Jey Uso, which plays into the Bloodline storyline. Bron Breakker and Jade, we're going to have them fight again next week. I'm pretty sure that will also play into some future storylines. Xavier Woods, Kofi Kingston, the stuff with The Miz and R-Truth. They had some things on here that felt like, okay, we're seeing some kind of canon stories being played out here. But for the most part, it feels like we're just trying to get through Crown Jewel. I do not care about Cody versus Gunther. And I can't believe I just said that. Because you would think champion versus champion, Gunther, versus woohoo, Cody Rhodes would be a match I would be salivating over. I'm not. Because it's over something that I don't give a shit about. I don't care about the Crown Jewel Championship trophy. The only person that does is the Prince. This is not a show for me. This is not a show for you. This is a show for the Prince. It is what it is. He's the one giving them the money. You gotta make him happy. I'm not gonna lose too much sleep over it. Whatever. I just hate the fact that it's taking up a majority of the shows now. You're having Raw and SmackDown talent go back and forth. At least when they're doing that, you're still continuing their little side stories as well. Because Nia Jax came to Raw tonight to basically ruin the main event, DQ finish. But then she tried to get Tiffany Stratton to cash in her briefcase so she doesn't cash in on Nia. I appreciate that. Same thing with Rhea on SmackDown. You know, Rhea came to beat up Liv, and she attacked Nia. So, I do appreciate Triple H keeping the main stories at least in tether, intact. Still, though, I don't care about Crown Jewel, and it's making me not really feel all that interested in the shows. But I still want to see how things play out when it comes to Raw going 2 hours. And I thought tonight's episode showed me, okay, yeah, we can make this work. We can make this work. As we get closer to Netflix, I'm pretty sure that 2 hours will expand to something more flexible. I don't see them going back to 3 hours. I don't think they need to go back to 3 hours. I think what they'll do is play with the times each week. Maybe 1 week we'll get 2 hours and a half. Maybe 1 week we'll get 3 hours and a half. Maybe 1 week we'll do an hour and a half. They can play with the times depending on who needs the time, who needs the story. If we get to a point where we only need 2 hours, sweet. But I think until then, it's going to be a bit of a trial and error run when it comes to Raw being 2 hours. Tonight was fine. Show wasn't all that great. Wasn't all that excited to see it because of where we are. But next week, pacing might be off again because they'll go live. And that might be an issue for the rest of the year. And I don't think WWE should get heat for it because I saw a lot of people last week especially, giving WWE hell. Oh man, we wanted 2 hours and we're paying for it. No, you're not paying for it. You're not paying for it because, unfortunately, there's a readjustment period. Because, again, keep this in mind, ladies and gentlemen. When Raw goes to 2.5 hours next year, SmackDown's going to 3 hours. So, eventually, I'm going to assume a good portion of the Raw roster is moving to SmackDown. And then that will be the big 3-hour show that will feel sometimes overly long and bloated. But until then, there are going to be some talent that miss TV because of it. Also, let me say this too. I think what also hurt it, tonight's episode in particular, was the amount of commercials. Last week, it was unbearable. This week, it was still bad, but not as bad as last week's. USA Network, and I told y'all this, USA Network is going to put all of their top commercials on the most watched product. In this instance, it's Raw and SmackDown. They're not going to be putting it on any of these crime shows, these lawyer shows, whatever movie that shows up on USA Network. You want to know why? Because no one's watching. Anytime USA Network is on for people's television, for people period, is when WWE is on. That's the only time, literally the only time people are watching USA Network. So where is most of the money going to come from? WWE and SmackDown. That's where they have all of the advertisers. Unfortunately. I hate it, but what are you going to do? I mean, WWE could have always just moved everything to Netflix. Just move it all to Netflix. But I feel like they want to keep this relationship with NBC Universal. It's up to them. We'll just have to live with it. I'm not going to keep you guys here too long when it comes to this particular episode. I don't want to do a breakdown segment by segment of what happened. I just kind of want to give you my thoughts. Color commentary, if you will. I don't have any big piece of news to get to. So, let me go ahead and hit up the preliminary stuff. Let's do the shout outs. Let's do the sponsors. Let's do all that. And then we'll get to a very quick, very straight to the point review of Raw. And then I'll get your thoughts. Give me your grades. Give me your scores. 1 out of 10, 10 being the highest. And then we'll get out of here. Before I even get to that, I see him here. Big shout out to your Super Chat champion, Debit Money, 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 Money. Debit Money Adams. I'm giving him a shout out because he and the champ is here, Omar Feliciano, did a whopping $700 in donations this past Saturday for AEW Wrestle Dream. Huge. Once again, I am blessed to be able to do what I do. And I want to put this into perspective for all of you. I don't know if you guys watch JD or Solid Monster or anybody else in the YouTube space. They get way more viewers than me in terms of people watching live. Like right now, I have about 45 people. It is what it is. I see it. I'm calling it out. He probably has over 1,000. Solid Monster probably has over 1,000. And it is what it is. But if you go to their streams, they get donations. They don't get the donations I do. The type of fans I have are next level. And I'm not saying Solid Monster and JD won't ever have that. They deserve it as much as I do because they're great at what they do. I am grateful for the people I have that go beyond to support the channel, to show that they love what I do. They love what I talk about. They expand the brand. And anytime you guys do that, I want to show you the love that you're showing me. So big shout out to Debit Money Adams, the current World Heavyweight Super Chat champion, who will be defending his belt at Survivor Series. But also I want to shout out the international champion. The champ is here! Omar Feliciano. 2 legit powerhouses. So thank you so much for the support. And with that being said, let's go ahead and move things along, ladies and gentlemen. If this is the first time you're watching me, do me a solid favor. Like the video, subscribe, and click that bell to catch all my content when it comes out. Wow, your edit help expand the brand by doing the following things. Join the membership. Click that join button and get the opportunity to request a video of your choosing, whether it's a live reaction, a hot topic, or a review, past, present, or future. Also, don't forget to give thanks. Hit that super thanks. If you would like to donate after the fact, you can also like me on Facebook, follow me on Twitter at Just Alyx Central. Give me a follow on Instagram, give me a follow on Spotify, give me a follow on Cameo, give me a follow on Threads, follow us on Discord, and give me a follow on TikTok for I Am the Turkist. All the talk is donate using PayPal, Patreon, Cashapp, VENMO, and yes, super chats are they're on. Case in point, King Tyler with the $1 super chat. And if you want your super chat played live on the air just like this, you can donate at any point in time during the broadcast to get your thoughts played live on the air. Email me at justalyxasworld@gmail.com for business inquiries, just as I and get yourself a t-shirt today for us in Teespring. Are you a Just Alyx guy? Then get you an I'm a Just Alyx guy t-shirt. Hot out the press. Get you an old school Deluxe Man t-shirt. Get you a new school Alyx's World t-shirt. And many more t-shirts coming your way. So please help expand the brand by joining and being a part of Alyx's World. Once again, let's show some love, ladies and gentlemen, to the lovely people over at Mint Mobile Country. Mint Mobile is here to offer you sweet mobile plan deals for $15 a month, because a lot of you pay an arm and a leg for your mobile plans. Great quality, of course, and with great quality comes great expenses. What if I told you you can have that same quality for $15 a month by using Mint Mobile? I promise you, it is worth the switch. But for more details, let's get a quick word from our partners before we get to some shout out.
This video is partnered by Mint Mobile. Like many of you, I've been trying to cut back on expenses lately, but let's be real. It's tough when you got things to do and you don't want to give them up. But sometimes you have to make those sacrifices to pay your phone bill and satisfy the big tech companies. That was until I discovered Mint Mobile. Mint Mobile offers premium wireless services starting as low as $15 a month. With Mint Mobile, you can get high-speed data plus unlimited talk and text on the nation's largest 5G network. The best part? You get to keep your phone and even the phone number. Now, if you do want to purchase your own phone, they do have phones available on the website, which you can get through the link. The internet service is reliably fast. It's so seamless, I put it up there with any other network on the market. Now, some of you might think switching to a new service is a hassle. Let me reassure you, this is only gonna take you 15 minutes to set up. You could literally do it right now from your phone, no need to leave your house or contact anybody.
And if your device does not support eSIM, then Mint Mobile will personally ship you a physical SIM card.
So if you're like me and you want to save a little bit of money without sacrificing anything, use the link trymintmobile.com/justalex and start your wireless plan today as low as $15 a month. Don't lose out on this opportunity. Start saving money by switching to Mint Mobile today.
Thank you all so much for being here. Once again, I want to show the world what an amazing group of people, live chat, family, community that I have built. And I want to let you all know that I am grateful to have you all here. So as always, please show your love to the Mod Squad. Ultra! Shine Nights and Fires of Heart, Elias Ademi, New Japan Pro Wrestling Girl, Khalil does everything. Highway dealing a danger. And of course, Big MGM, because they help keep this a safe space for wrestling fans like you and like me. Be sure you like the video. Please hit that like button. The more you like the video, the more opportunities I will be given to be recommended here on YouTube. So boost that algorithm by hitting that like button. Ladies and gentlemen, let's get these shout outs in. We already said hello to him before, but let's say hello one more time to your Super Chat champion, your world Super Chat champ, Debit Money, Debit Money Adams, Santos Williams, who is this? The Laninator FFC. The Laninator FFC. Welcome, sir. You're new. Don't blame WWE, blame USA Network. They changed it to 2 hours. If it was up to TNT Sports UK, still would be 3 hours. Something Americans don't realize, TNT Sports doesn't blank out anything. Well, sir, I wish we would have any kind of service that wouldn't blank out anything. But I appreciate you for being here. JJ, who let the dogs out? Who? What's good, man? Good to have you here. Darcy Chatham. We got Angela Lockwood. Hello, Angela. We got your goatness, and also just found this out, the wise woman of 1-3 Diglets. Cause to be the man, woo, you gotta beat the man. Miss Lauren Biggs, I gotta know, are we gonna see 3 Diglets show up at Survivor Series? Is 3 Diglets gonna come for Debit Money Adams Championship? Because if he does, he better remember, everybody's got a price. But man, I don't know. Debit, if you thought the champ was something on Saturday, 3 Diglets is gonna be another monster. We're gonna have to see. Nintendo Porn Company Conspiracy in the business. Good to have you here. We got Joseph Winters, SD Kai. Wish this Saudi deal never happened, to be honest. Yeah, I wish it would just go away. G-Rock for the foe. What's good, G-Rock? He's not a prince, dude. Just got investors and ego stroking. Okay. Well, he calls himself the prince, so whatever. I don't know what to tell you. T-Man from the world of A&B Convos. T-Man's in the building. We also got King Tyler. Good to have you here, King Tyler. Is that who I think it is? Ladies and gentlemen, we got the Nature Boy. Woo! Jody Bennett. What's good, Jody? Good to have you here. We got Love Girl 788. We got Juan Herrera. I see Big Boss, Rick Ross. Cannot get to 100K because he's terrible at doing reviews or anything. Wow. Ladies and gentlemen, we have a troll in the chat saying I can't get to 100K subscribers. Sir, now it's gonna happen because you say it can't happen. When you tell me I can't do something, that empowers me to want to do it. So just because you decided to be a jerk and say I can't hit 100K, now it's gotta happen. 100K subscribers. Wait, you mean 100K views or 100K subscribers? And you are a troll, but I'm curious. Do you mean 100K views or 100K subscribers? Because, sir, I have a surprise for you. I have videos over 100K. So I'm gonna assume you mean the one that I didn't accomplish yet. 100K subscribers. So, gotcha, 100K subscribers. So that's gonna happen. And moderators, whoever is here that's a mod, you know what to do. Get that shit out of here. This is not the place for that. We don't have places for people. Oh, I'm being honest. No, you're being an asshole. You're trying to make me feel like shit and put me down and make me quit what I do because I'm not where you want me to be. I'm not where you want me to, what you feel like I should be, because, or you're not JD, you're not Solid Monster. No, I'm not. I'm me. I'm Alyx. Just Alyx. And I'm going to get there when I get there. If it takes me 10, 5, 20 years, that's how long it's going to take me, buddy. So don't give me a hard time because I'm not where you feel like people like me should be. I'm where I am because I'm where I am. Now, I'm getting a little annoyed that no moderators have taken you out yet. But I don't know why the mod squad is just letting you sit there. And now he's saying, okay, you'll probably hit 80,000 in 5 years. No, buddy. I'll probably hit whatever the hell I hit within any amount of time. You don't get to decide how much I am and what my worth is. My fans do. Alright, well, since you're trying to be like, well, like, oh, there we go. Okay, Dylan Danger got him. Because that was getting on my nerves. I was actually having fun with the troll there, but yeah, because it's funny. Like, people just feel like they can justify my value and treat me like garbage because of where I'm not. Seriously. It pisses me off that we got people, and it's not something that I'm shocked by because the wrestling community, unfortunately, is filled with a lot of toxic personalities. He was one of them. But I like that he feels like he can have the autonomy to come on my channel and tell me, you're not good because you don't have this amount of subscribers. Listen here. I'm getting ready to hit 50K. Probably before the end of the year, I'll hit 50K. That to me is a blessing. There are people who don't even hit 1,000, 1K, and who have been doing this for 5, 10, 20, 30 years. I'm blessed. There are people who have more subscribers than me that don't get the amount of donations, that don't get the amount of followers, that don't get the amount subscriptions in terms of, you know, becoming a member. That's what I mean. Memberships. They don't get what I have. You know, people like me, to be able to talk to a Chris Van Vliet, to talk to a Victoria, to talk to a Natalia, I literally have Victoria's name in my cell phone. Just a text away. When she goes into the Hall of Fame, spoiler alert, I'm gonna send her a text message. See, people like that, I have fun with. He doesn't put me down. It shows you where I am mentally. Haters like that keep me going. The only reason why he's blocked is because this is a safe space. When I say it's a safe space, I mean it's a safe space. I can't let him come in and bring in that negative energy to put me down and put you guys down. Because what ends up happening, if I let him stay, that means other people feel like they can come, and then it becomes a cesspool. Not saying. And then look at this guy. The guy created a second account to keep trolling me. He literally created another account called Big Boss to troll me. So moderators, we're going to go ahead and move things along. Handle him. Take him out. I had my fun. I appreciate all my haters and my lovers and my fans for doing what they do, for taking the time out of their day. So we're going to keep things moving. Thank y'all so much. We're going to talk about Raw. Again, we're not going to spend too much time on Raw because it wasn't really a show that was, how do I say, eventful, but it doesn't need to be. This was one of those episodes where, again, it was taped, and they were still trying to figure out the format for 2 hours. I thought this episode was better than last week. So we'll definitely see how things play out when they go back to live shows next week, for sure. But I think, as I said before, things are probably not going to get interesting before, Saudi Arabia. Tonight's episode was taped because they're on the European tour. They're across seas touring. I don't know. It is one of those things where things are probably not going to get any better until Saudi Arabia is done. But at least they're continuing their storylines. They're keeping them fresh. They opened up with Rhea Ripley. Rhea still wants a piece of Liv Morgan's ass. Who doesn't? No pause. I know all of you be thinking about it. So she called out Liv Morgan and Raquel Rodriguez. And then out comes Tiffany time. Tiffany time. Tiffany Stratton is, of course, trying to cash in on Liv. That's why she's here. And she's doing it because Nia Jax told her to. So, of course, they're keeping that going. Again, I get it. I'm not interested. I'm not interested in what they're doing here with Liv and Nia going for this crown jewel championship. It does nothing for anybody. It really doesn't help. It doesn't. So, whatever. They're going to do this. You had Tiffany try to attack Rhea, and then Liv and Raquel get in there. They attack them both, and that sets up a tag match in the main event. Cool. Fine by me. So, after this, I think we had the tag team championship match, right? The women's tag team championship match. Damage Control, Bianca Belair, and Jade Cargill, which was a really good match. Got a lot of time. Had some commercials in between there, but for the most part, it was a good match, as you expect it to be. It's 4 great in-ring performers. I don't know what we're doing with Damage Control right now. Again, they were doing this storyline where Damage Control has to change, and then they let it just turn them babyface. Dakota Kai got hurt. Now, they just seem to be spinning their wheels. Simple as that. 1 second, guys. Let me take care of this troll here who at first was fun, but now it's getting out of hand, so he's gone. I'm pretty sure he'll be back because he got nothing else to do. But what was I saying? Yeah, like, Damage Control right now is spinning their wheels. Bianca Belair and Jade Cargill are clearly being set up for their WrestleMania match. They're having this long-term story with them being champions. Eventually, they'll have a fallout. Who beats them, I have no idea. We got plenty of female tag teams to work with. But, match was good. And at the end of the day, sometimes that's all that matters. Is that the match is good. Let me see here. Finn Balor and his tag partner, JD McDonough, rolled up to Adam Pearce saying, "We want a rematch against Damian Priest." And Adam said, "Why? You lost. It's over. You're tag team champs. Defend that. So we're going to be having a tournament to see who beats Damian Priest and Jade McDonough for those tag team titles. Simple as that. We had a very cool ad or commercial for vignette in particular for Chad Gable and American Made. Nice little hype reel. The definition of greatness and why they represent America, which then bled into a vignette for Bron Breakker, who talks about why he turned on Jey Uso, because he gave Jey respect and Jey didn't return it. Interesting. Very interesting. I think they did a very good job with this sit-down interview between Adam Pearce and the winner, the loser of the last Monster Standing match. Probably should have won it now that Braun Strowman is out. But anyways, Pearce is sitting down with Bronson Reed. He says he gives talent room to be wild and he eats the criticism for it, but Reed went too far in the last Monster Standing match against Braun Strowman. Bronson apologizes for going too far, but he says it's ultimately Seth Rollins' fault and everything he's done. He just wants a match against him. And then the GM says, let me talk to Seth. We see later on in the night, Seth and Pearce have a conversation. But where Seth is telling Pearce, bro, like, I'm not 100%, but I still want to fight Bronson Reed. Pearce says that's exactly why I don't want this match to happen, because you are a valuable talent and we don't know if you're capable of doing it. You're probably very injury prone. And Seth says, well, you know what, bitch? That's what we do. We're wrestlers. We do this for a living. We can get hurt at any time. What else are we going to do? Let me do my thing. Injuries are a part of the game, and makes an impassioned plea for a chance to not just avenge himself, but to put the best possible Seth Rollins on Monday Night Raw. So, future match, probably Survivor Series. I'm begging it not to be anything else. Alpha Academy had a tag team championship match against the returning War Raiders. War! That's right, Viking Raiders are done. What were they called before? What was their name before Viking Raiders? Stupid name, I'm sorry. It was always a dumb gimmick. I'm happy that they're back to being the War Raiders. They need to change up their look. And they brought back the NXT song, the NXT theme song by CFO Money. Love it. It works so much better. War! So they destroyed Alpha Academy. Look here. Tag team division needs to be revamped altogether. I personally wouldn't mind the War Raiders taking those belts off of Finn Balor and JD McDonough. Probably should do that. As for Alpha Academy, and I thought about this too. I think Otis has cooled off since we moved away from him and Chad Gable. I'm still pissed off they never got that one-on-one match. Because when they were building to Sammy and Chad, I'm sorry, but the crowd reacted more to Otis than they did Sammy. Now, they love Sammy, but Otis got monster pops when he was going to put his hands on Chad. And I said to myself, well, there you go. That's a SummerSlam match. They never did it. I can't believe they haven't done Chad versus Otis yet, because they decided to do Chad and the Wyatt Six, which also didn't happen at SummerSlam. But I swear to you, they got to do Otis and Chad. We got to do Otis and Chad. We have got to find a way to get back to that. Thank you. It was called the Viking Experience. The Viking Experience. Horrible name by Vince McMahon. Terrible. So, Viking Raiders, Viking Experience are dead. The War Raiders are back. Warriors should beat Finn Balor and JD McDonough. Someone said JD McChicken. JD McChicken Nugget. I love it. Chicken McNugget, actually. Let's go ahead and see where they take this. Play that by ear. But we gotta get something from Otis and Chad. They gotta wrap that up. And we gotta stop calling them Alpha Academy. Because when I think Alpha Academy, I think Chad Gable. If I'm being real with you. Cody Rhodes came out. You want to talk about Sane? The same place that started We Want Cody. And then Gunther came out, and then they have a chat. And something about uncomfortable truths, how Cody Rhodes is the man, how we've hit a boom period because of him being in front. But unfortunately, he can't prove to be the man until he beats Gunther. There's not many people in this company he respects, but he does respect Cody. But he just loves to be everybody's darling. But the thing is, because of that, he's in a mess with his old Kevin Owens, his old friend Kevin Owens, who knows now that everyone's friend is no one's real friend. And he expects Cody Rhodes to sort out his emotions, his emotional mess, and give him the best version of Cody Rhodes in Saudi Arabia. Cody tells Gunther that he has yet to dominate Cody. Pause. And he doesn't letting that happen. Because Cody has beaten the most dominant champion in Roman Reigns. And he's already slain the beast. He will definitely beat a Ring General. Then they shake hands. That's kind of what happened. Don't give a fuck. I should, but I don't care. What happened after this? Is this when we get Bron Breakker and Kofi Kingston? Yeah, we got Kofi Kingston and Bron Breakker. The match was fine. Bron just basically annihilates Kofi with a spear. He goes to attack him afterwards. Xavier Woods comes to make the save, even though Xavier Woods wasn't out there during the match. Then Bron goes to attack both Xavier and Kofi. And guess who makes the save? Jey Uso! Now, Xavier didn't like the fact that Jey made the save. Of course he didn't. But guess what? Xavier didn't want to do the save last week. But Jay's the better man. He made the save this week. Super kicks Bron Breakker. We see Jey Uso go backstage to his locker room. And who is sitting in his locker room? That goddamn Jimmy Uso. The audacity to show his face after all these months. Now we know if we're watching SmackDown, Jimmy and Roman are in trouble. And they need help. So Jimmy came to Jay to ask him, my dude, help us. Jay literally just dips. Doesn't even acknowledge him. Turns away. Now Jimmy goes to look for him. He finds Jay in another locker room. Jay gets in his face and says, the answer is no. Now get out of my face. Although Jay got in his face. Get out of my face. Get out of my face, ho! And yeah, that's how it should be. Nah, let this breathe. Let this breathe. They should not get along. Remember, Jimmy gave Jay hell. Hell. For almost, or at least a good 6 months. Gave him hell. Now all of a sudden, Jimmy wants him to turn around and forgive him? No. No, bitch. You're going to have to earn this. So I'm happy that he didn't just turn around and be like, okay, I'll think about it. Nah, I ain't helping you. After all the shit we went through, you better reconcile this. And then after they reconcile, it's going to take even longer for Jay and Roman to reconcile. Because they have an even bigger issue. So there you go. R-Truth and The Miz. This match was quick. Because R-Truth tried to shake Miz's hand. And Miz was soft-hearted, shook his hand. He's like, all right, buddy, we friends. So they go to have a wrestling match. Out walks the Authors of Pain, Karrion Kross, the freaking group. What are they called? The Final Testament? Them. They walked out. Miz got distracted. R-Truth rose him up. 1, 2, 3. Pins him in like 10 seconds. And then Miz snaps because R-Truth beat him. He gave in to the dark side. He gave in to the dark side. And he hits him with the skull crushing finale. R-Truth is laid out. Why, Miz? Why? You know what? Good. Miz is better as a heel anyways. The main event was Liv Morgan and Raquel Rodriguez versus try this again. Liv Morgan and Raquel Rodriguez versus Rhea Ripley and Tiffany Stratton. The match goes to a DQ. Why? Because Nia Jax, my who? Nia Jax interfered and decided to cost him the match, so Rhea wins by DQ again. But then she lays out Liv, she lays out Rhea, she lays out Raquel, and then Nia Jax is all like, "Hey, Tiffy, what time is it?" She goes, "Tiffy, no, bitch. It's Money in the Bank cash in time. Cash in." And Tiffy's like, "Oh." And then she goes to cash in, and then Dominic Mysterio gets inside the ring, pulls out Liv. Psych, you're not cashing in. And that was it. That was the show. That was it. See, it wasn't really all that eventful. It was a Monday Night Raw. It was an episode that existed. But again, I think the conversation here is more about the 2 hours than the actual show. And yeah, I thought this week showed you that they could make it work. Is it gonna blow your mind? No, it was a decent episode with enough to keep you at least invested in the stories, but nothing is happening until they get past Saudi Arabia, which is happening until what, 3 weeks? No, 2 weeks from this Saturday. Okay, well, it'll be over before you know it. 2 weeks from this Saturday, and then we'll be on the track of Survivor stuff, where things can actually start popping off. Sound good? Sweet. So there you go. That's my thoughts on Raw. And thank you all for being here. We're going to take a quick look at the live chat. It was a decent episode. Give me your scores. Give me your grades. How we feeling about it? What y'all feel about it? Let me see here. King Mike Tods is not here. I was thinking about, who was that? King Tyler? King Tyler, of course, is here. You'll have to forgive me. The freaking, this web browser that I'm using is tending to freeze up when I look at the live chat, and it's pissing me off. So I'm just gonna read some of your comments. Xavier Jackson, YouTube member Xavier Jackson. The problem gets solved once they hit Netflix. They can go as long or short according to what the episode calls for. Yeah, I think that's pretty much what I said. Lauren Biggs says Mint Mobile gives you free peppermints if you sign up. I mean, you could have lied and said a car. That would have helped them, but I guess that works. Look at all these people going after that troll. Trolling me. What a jerk. Lauren Biggs, breaking news. Otis versus Chad at WrestleMania 62. She funny. She funny. Watch it actually happen. Ultra Shadow. JD, ba-da-ba-ba-ba. I'm loving it. Chicken McNugget. I might have to go with that. That's pretty good. Big Lou. What's that? What's happening, man? Shadow Star, man, I really wish WWE should have been done with Saudi Arabia deal. With the Saudi Arabian deal last year, especially because of the incident with Jamal. Don't get me started on Jamal Khashoggi. Don't get me started. And of course, the wrestlers being stranded there. Well, that was a Vince McMahon move. And Triple H is stuck in the contract until what, 2028? I think once that's run its course, he's not going to resign. Alex, you didn't finish your rant for Joker 2. I mean, look, like I was saying, when you're doing a musical, the songs, the music is supposed to advance the story and the characters. Think about any of the Disney classic movies, Aladdin, Little Mermaid, Lion King, Pocahontas, all them, right? Anytime you see a story like that and you have a song, it's supposed to advance something. You think about, oh, I just can't wait to be king. Simba, it's telling you who Simba is. As a kid, he wants to be king. Hakuna Matata, Timon and Pumbaa telling Simba, hey, no worries. Forget about all your worries. Let's forget about being king. Friend like me, that's the genie, telling Aladdin, hey, I'm the best thing that you could ever have. You know what I mean? But it also shows that he's looking for a friend. Advancement in the characters and the story. Right? With Joker 2, the songs are just there. They don't advance anything. They don't play into anything. And me and my lady friend, when we were watching it, when the first song came on, we laughed. We thought it was random and hilarious. And we're like, that's so random. Maybe it's something we'll like. As the show went on, and as the movie went on, and they started doing just songs for the sake of doing it, we got annoyed. And we got to the point where when they were just pulling out songs out of nowhere, we just said, yeah, this isn't good. We just said it was good. So, without spoiling the movie, to me, what makes the movie terrible is how they take the Joker character from the first movie and completely renege on it. They literally go backwards with Arthur Fleck. And the director himself said, hey, well, it's not really the Joker, so why did you call it Joker? Don't give me the expectation of it being the Joker by calling it Joker. If you wanted to be Arthur Fleck, say Arthur. Still would be a terrible fucking film, but at least I'll be more forgiving if the idea was this is not the Joker. So you had him renege on everything that he did, and then something happens at the end of the movie that pisses me off. And that to me just made me go, nope, this sucks. It was booty cheeks. It was booty cheeks. And we tried. Me and my lady friend, we really tried to like it. Because I went in knowing about the reviews. And I'm like, okay, well, we can at least go in and have mindless fun watching it, right? No, we both came out not liking it. She even said herself, my friend, that she wouldn't watch it again. And she's someone that loves movies. She said, nah, it's good watching it once. I'm not going to go see it again. So you know it sucked. Everybody, let's go ahead and take a second. First off,
Terrifier 3 was awesome. You should watch that.
oh, is that the horror film that came out? I'll check it out. Before I talk about anything else, please take a second. Show your love to the top two best reactors in the game. Of course, you know them as A&B Combos Wrestling Edition. Good to have you here at A&B. You'll have to forgive me for, rushing through this particular review. I didn't think Raw was all that great, so I didn't have much to talk about. But please chat with them. Show them some love. Well, yeah, I mean, trust me, if you guys want to see Joker 2, go see it. But you're going to go in trying to like it, you're going to get something that is going to make you hate it. Let's see here. Sir, are you sure about this take? I didn't think this take was possible, but Homeboy is saying that Jimmy Uso had a better return than The Rock. Excusez-moi? Now, who would make such a blasphemous statement? Sir? We sure about that? You okay, sir? Slam Tackle TV. Jimmy had a better return than The Rock. Who would make such a crazy statement? T-Man, the audacity. Have I seen Beetlejuice? I have not seen Beetlejuice. I've seen the first one, but I haven't seen the second one. Should I watch it? Let me know. Yeah, Jimmy had a big pop, but The Rock had an even bigger pop. King Tyler. Yes, of course, Miss Lauren Biggs, the GOAT. I agree. Lauren, you gotta get your boy 3 Diglets in here. Get him to come and compete for the title, so Debit Money Adams has competition to compete with. 2 Live Cannon, showing love to A&B Combos. I appreciate that, sir. And JJ Bulldog. Let me see here. I'm just kind of looking over things. Let me get your grades. What grades do you give the show? Right Hand Cannon gave it a 7.5 out of 10. JJ gave it a 6 out of 10. Only thing that was good was Jimmy and Jay. Warriors returning, and that's it. Yeah, it wasn't really that great of a show. Dylan Danger gave it an 8 out of 10. Oh, he thought it was good. Okay. Joseph Winters gave it an 8 out of 10. Wow. So you guys are just, what? Is it because it went 2 hours that you liked it? Terrifier 3 is out of this world. Off the rails. You're not prepared for it. Well, we'll definitely look into it. A and B, you're a fan of horror films? Oh, we got a lot in common. So Lauren Biggs is making it official. She says she will be the special guest referee of Debit Money, 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 Money. Debit Money Adams and Three Diglets. What, a Survivor Series? Man, what a show that's gonna be. I'm very curious to know if Three Diglets can take on Mr. Debit Money Adams. Because again, Three Diglets got infinite pockets. Just limitless amounts of money. But unfortunately, when you take on Debit Money Adams, say it with me, everybody's got a price. So we'll see. We'll definitely see. Jordan Galam says, I like the Terror Twins because of Rhea Ripley. I think everybody likes the Terror Twins because of Rhea Ripley. I like Rhea Ripley. Been scratching both online and in physical stores for one of them gaming chairs. I'll be buying real soon for myself, preferably a green one, and to replace my task chair. I'll soon ditch for it. Okay, well, I hope you get it, Crowagunk Sniper. Hope you get that. Yeah, like I said, Raw didn't really have a lot of stories because of Saudi Arabia, and then once we get past that, I think things will start picking up. Higurashi says, I actually met the actor who played Art the Clown at a horror convention. He's the sweetest guy you'll ever meet. Why is it that the people who are the scariest on screen, meanest, terrifying, scariest on screen, the nicest people in real life? Why is that? Anyways, thank you guys for being here. I do appreciate you for making me a part of your day. I gotta get out of here, but I do want you guys to know I will be back Wednesday for Dynamite, Friday Night SmackDown, and of course I'll be here to keep giving you the best wrestling live streams, videos, news, reviews until we hit that 100K. And guess what? We're gonna keep going. All right, thank y'all for being here. As you file out, do all the YouTube things, like the video, subscribe, and click that bell to catch all my content when it comes out. Follow me on social media, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, and donate using PayPal, Patreon, Cashapp, and Venmo. I love you all, and always know you are welcomed right here in Alyx's world. A place that is, was, and forever will be a safe space for wrestling fans like you. I'll catch you guys next time. Peace.
When you're